Hello everybody and welcome back to another Civilization 5 video. So today we'll be looking at the Stonehenge and we'll be looking at what strategy you can use with it. And so before we start again, just another thing to say. In the last two videos on wonders, we had the Temple of Artemis and the Great Library. I've been seeing like problems with production costs, and I think I just figured it out. So I was in my first video, Temple of Artemis. I think I started in the classical era. And so, what happens is when you start in the classic era, they reduce the production costs for certain buildings. And so, when I was in doing the Great Library video, I realized that the production wasn't the same as the Temple of Artemis. So, like, instead of 140, it was 123. But the productions, like, differences were the same. So, if the Great Library and Temple of Artemis had the same production cost, you see 123, 123. It's just that the number changed, and I think it's because I started in the classical era. So to cap off this confusion on production, I have learned that it's not the difficulty that changes the production; it's the era you start at and the speed you play at. So I always play on quick speed, usually on this channel, because usually you play on quick speed on multiplayer. So that's why I'm going to use quick speed production, and I'll try to use starting ancient era production next time. Because if I go check here, let's say a temple of, you see 123. Yeah, that's good now. Okay, so let's get started with the video. Sorry for the little ramble, but now I fixed it. I understand now how it works. Um, so let's get started with Stonehenge. So the Stonehenge is a wonder of the ancient era. It costs 123 production, like the Great Library and the Temple of Artemis. It gives you +5 faith, and it gives you a Great Engineer point. Now, the Great Engineer point is actually pretty good. Like the Temple of Artemis, Great Engineer points are really better than Merchant points that you can get like at the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. So that's good. The +5 fate is actually a very interesting thing. So if you have a start location that has no fate. So in this we're lucky. We have a resource that can give us fate. Marble. You can get 2 fate plus fate per turn from quarries. But sometimes you're going to be in a starting location where there won't be any resources. So let's say you start with truffles and furs. And you have no stone. You have like nothing that can give you extra fate. What you can do is that if you really want a religion, like in our case for Byzantium, and Byzantium gets an extra belief when founding the religion, what you're going to want to do is that you're going to go and want to try to take Stonehenge just to ensure that religion. And that can be a good strategy playing as Constantinople because as Byzantium, because Byzantium gets their ability that I'm not gonna go too deep in. It's just the ability allows you to choose another pantheon, another founder belief, or another follower belief. So you get like an extra one, and if you go the culture, if you go piety, and you go all the way down here to Reformation, that adds on. So your religion has the 5 main perks, which is the 5 main perks plus the Reformation plus Byzantium's unique ability. So with that said, it's very important to get Stonehenge up if you want to ensure a religion, because if somebody else is going to build it and they're going to get their religion before you, pretty much, unless you have like a natural wonder or you have a really good pantheon that works for you. And so when you go for Stonehenge, you can just skip completely building your shrine, because don't waste production on trying to build a shrine when you need to rush that wonder. Now, Great Library is a lot of people rush for that first, and so Stonehenge is less like of a rush towards it. But be careful, people will still be rushing it maybe in their game. So if you're not Byzantium and there's another Byzantium in the game, be careful, because people will be searching, will be trying to get it, and there's other people that benefit from religion. So let me see. There is, if you go in civilization, wonders, where are you? Civilizations, here. So on the top of my head, the Celts are gonna have a religion because of their ability. The Utopians are gonna have a religion because of their ability. Um, the Mayans, I think, because of this. Yes, you see, It gives them an extra fate. So this is their shrine replacement. Yeah, replaces the shrine. It gives you 2 fate plus 2 science. So all that's saying is that you're gonna want to make sure that if there's an enter civilization with fate priority, you're gonna want to try to get Stonehenge before them. Because if they have a fate priority plus they have Stonehenge, they're gonna be pretty much unbeatable in fate production. And if they get a good Reformation belief out, they're gonna be able to purchase research labs, public schools, and what's the other one? I forgot what the other one is. So you're able to buy 3 science buildings. Let's go check. So you're able to buy research labs, public schools, and universities. Yeah. So that's a really strong reformation. If you ever have to reformate your religion, I would strongly suggest grabbing the one if to purchase science buildings, because that's just so strong. It's really good. And so here, Stonehenge 31 turns. This is a lot less good start than last time, as you guys can see. And so what we're gonna try to do is that we're gonna try to focus production. Try to get that worker out as fast as possible. We're gonna start moving down our worker to defend, our warrior to defend. And so what you want to do is pretty much like the Great Library. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing. I'm just gonna tell you guys real quick. Is that after building this worker, you want to go for Stonehenge, and like usual, you want to chop your forests if you have some. You want to make sure you have a scout or a warrior defending your worker unit to make sure it doesn't get stolen, or tiles are being unused like this. Imagine if this was your production tile, it wouldn't be used. And you see here, again, marble. I could produce that is giving me 15% bonus production. And you want to really make sure you can always grab aristocracy to make sure you get that one there. But aristocracy, usually you should take it lat, so when taking social policies. But if you're taking it like if you really want to make sure, you can take it in advance, but it's just less good because usually you want to go oligarchy, legalism, landed elite, monarchy, and then aristocracy. But if you want, you could change up the formula to get it before. And so I think that's it for this video. I could show you guys the whole thing, but I'm not because that's probably just gonna bore you guys. So I'm gonna end it here. So don't forget, Stonehenge, good for religion if you do not have a great religion start. I already made a video on incense and wine, why it's a good religion resource. So if you really want to be the dominant religious person in the game, and you have wine and incense, or you have salt, or you have marble, you can still build a Stonehenge, of course. And just make sure to not penalize yourself too much on it. So like here, this is a good start. I have great Lake Victoria right here. These are great settling locations, so I wouldn't want to lose that to another civilization. So just make sure that if you're building Stonehenge, Great Library, or any of these wonders, that you're either already well secured for your settling of cities, or you're already settled, and so you're less rushing the wonders, so you have more chance of somebody already building it for you. And so that's all for today's video. Leave a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you like my content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!